Kia ora, welcome to Edge Learning. In this video we're going to have a look at assigning billable items in Edge. Go to Finance and under Processing go to Assign Billable Items. Here you can choose Individual Student and select a student, or you can go whole school, by year level, a class, or any of the groups that are set up in the program. You'll then choose the billable item and assign. In this case it's a variable item, so it will ask me what charge I want to make. In this case we'll go $20, and we can put in the due date and we can put in the invoice date and then confirm. If you set the invoice date to a prior date, it will give you a warning. Once confirmed, that will be added to the history. It's possible to do multiple items in the one charge. If you're doing an item that's a family-based item, then you must charge that to the whole school or it will not calculate correctly and work out the number of students in the family. For example, under Edit Billable Items, I've got this 2024 donation, and it is a family-based item that's already been ticked. For one student, $100 will get charged. For two students in the family, $175. So that must be applied to the whole school for it to be able to work out which family has one student, two students, three students, etc., and then to bill that to the eldest in the family. The other one here that's useful is the single-use item. So if I make this item a single-use item, it can only be assigned once to a student or group. It will not let you charge that again. Now that can be very useful if you're going to recharge an item and you only want it to go on to new students. So for example, something that's applied just to a class and you have new students come into a class, if you'd made a single-use item, then you could charge everybody in that class again, and it would only go on to the new students in that class. Now one little complexity with that is that under the finance settings you can specify with those single-use items whether that is once per year or once ever. Okay, so if you are keeping the same items year after year, which we don't recommend, then if you charge them again at all and they've already been charged in the past, if that tick is off, it will not charge them. But if that tick is on, it will let them be charged once per year. Remember when assigning those family-based items that the families are based around the caregivers, who has the same caregivers matched as bill payers. So if one student only has one bill payer and a different student in the same family has two bill payers, it will not regard them as being in the same billing family. And the last thing to remind you of in here is that it always goes to pending first and wants you to confirm. So just remember to do that. There is one other way to assign billable items, and that is if you are under the payments received area, there's a chance there as you're making a payment to simply add an item, add a billable item at the time that you're doing the payment. So that's an alternative way if you're just doing an individual student. Thanks for your time. I hope that's useful. Ka kite.